to see you guys again. How's Uproar been going?
Yeah, I mean it's been amazing. You know, a lot of great bands and a lot of people.
Can we talk about this fabulous EP?
Yeah. That's why I'm here.
Absolutely.
It'd be great.
Yeah, I mean, last time you guys were in the planning stages for it, like it wasn't quite finished. Now it's out. How's the feedback been?
Yeah, it's been incredible. You know, it's really cool. It's a really cool piece of the Buckcherry puzzle. I think, you know, I think it's a really neat concept, and it's a cool record for people to have. You know, especially people who are like what we do.
Absolutely, it's the most appropriate title album.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, there's so many meanings to the word fuck. The funny thing is there's not one song about fucking on it, but which I'm kind of bummed out about. I thought about that the other day. I'm like, I don't know how that got past me. But
yeah, really.
But yeah, it's a lot of fun, and it's been a lot of fun playing it live.
Absolutely. You get some of that aggression out, like, through that?
Yeah, but you know, there's fun songs like Say Fuck It and I Don't Give a Fuck.
What led to you guys to doing that particular cover? Because I was like really surprised, like when I heard it live the first time, and then I was like praying that you guys would record it, and you did. So.
Right. Well, you know, I love pop music, and I drive around. You know, I drive my kids to school a lot, and I listen to pop radio because it's very safe for the kids. And that song kept coming on, and I'm like, in my head, I'm like dissecting it, thinking like, this would be a cool rock song. Like you can make this verse like a great rock and roll tune, and I think that's a lot more fun, you know, when you want to cover songs, is to do stuff that's not in your wheelhouse and try to make it your own. And that was the whole, you know, theory behind going that route.
It is such an earworm song. Like it just gets in there and like will not get out. It's incredible.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun live too.
So, you know, with Uproar this year, you know, there's definitely like some eclectic bands on the bill. How would you say Buckcherry stands out on Uproar this year?
Well, you know, we play rock and roll, and you know, that's how we stand out, which is really weird. You know, it's bizarre that, you know, we just this simple, you know, drums, bass, guitar, and vocal, and that's why it's different. You know, there's a lot of alternative bands on this run, and we're just straight up rock band. That's the only difference, but it's all rock at the end of the day.
Absolutely. I always have to argue with people that try and say that rock is dead, and I'm like, have you guys come out to any of these festivals yet and seen the fans? And
rock has just been constant. It just has a different, you know, package as far as the way it looks and sounds, but it's all been there.
Absolutely. So if there was one thing you could change about the industry, what would it be? Like as how it is currently?
Wow, that's a tough question. I mean, probably I wish there was more mystery in entertainment, period. You know, because of social media and the internet, it's just like everybody's so accessible. It's just nothing's really exciting anymore, you know. And I see it with people. You know, people can never leave their house and search the whole world, and you know, just they can look at the most shocking videos from around the world. If they want to see their favorite band live, they can access it. They can access anybody's interviews or anybody's nonsense, and it's just, I see it when they come to shows. They're just nothing's like shocking to them anymore, and it's like everybody's turning into cyborgs a little bit, you know? They're not really social that much.
I feel like, too, it's like you mentioned, like, the cyborg thing and looking out. I mean, you see, like, this sea of cell phones rather than,
right.
You know, and I feel like people are watching the entire concert through a cell phone screen. What does it look like from your perspective?
Yeah, I mean,
you're up there seeing it from the other...
The worst thing the other day, like, this lady was FaceTiming her dude, or I don't know where he was from, but she's, like, whole time like watching the show with him like sitting on a couch somewhere like watching the show, and I'm like, this is ridiculous. This is like getting so fucking lame.
And I've seen now where like artists on stage are starting to kind of freak out about it. I mean, one guy just like threw somebody's phone out there. You know, it's,
you know, that you just can't really give it power because it's the way it's gonna be. I mean, you can't change it. You can't tell one person shut their phone off. There's like, you know, thousands of them out there.
Unless you're Danzig. I
just try to put it out of my head, and
yeah.
It's just like the new thing, and it sucks, but whatever.
Absolutely. Like, I'm sure it can, you know, it's like every little nuance that happens in a show is like captured forever in time now, and that's
it's pretty lame.
Yeah,
it's pretty lame because it's usually horrible footage and horrible audio, and it's terrible.
I'd like sometimes wonder if they actually watch the show again, or they just do it to have it there, you know, and like go back and actually watch those clips, you know. It's like,
I can just tell you there's so many people that aren't in the moment at shows anymore. It's like, I don't get it, but I don't even know why you'd go see a live show if all you're concerned about is like updating your Facebook page, you know, during the whole show. You know what I mean? It's fucking retarded, but whatever.
I mean, well, you guys have one of the most highly energetic live shows that I've seen out there. What goes into prepping for that? I mean, there's so much energy every night.
Yeah, you know, just take really good care of your body, you know. It's clean living, for me at least, you know. I just drink a lot of water, and I have like a crazy regimen that's really not fun, you know.
So what's the hardest part about being on the road so much? Because you guys have been on the road non-stop.
Solitude. You know what I mean? Like, you're in front of a lot of people every day, but you're just this piece of, you're just like a product, you know? And then you go from the stage to this, and then from this to a hotel room, and it's just, there's a lot of alone time. Like, last night I went to a movie by myself, and, like, you know, I don't want to paint it out to be like this depressing thing.
No, I get it. Like,
you know, like, I spent the whole day, like, we did a couple acoustic performances, and then I was thrilled to just break away from the pack, go to a movie by myself, and, you know, just be left alone. And but, you know, it's a lot of that.
Absolutely. Did you see anything good?
People, I saw that We Are Cops movie, or is that stupid?
Oh,
comedy?
Let's Be Cops.
Yeah, Let's Be Cops.
There are better movies than that.
I just wanted to laugh. Everybody was going to Sin City, and I'm like, eh.
That was dark.
I just wanted to laugh, so I laughed.
That's good.
There's some moments.
Absolutely. So, I mean, I think my favorite track is off the EP is Somebody Fucked With Me. Like, what went into that? Like, you touch on so many things in one song. It's amazing. Yeah,
you know, there was a lot of dysfunction in my childhood, you know, a lot of stuff that I shouldn't have really been exposed to that I was, and I think there was this moment in time where I just I kind of started figuring out at a very early age that everybody was a little bit off. Everybody was a little bit full of shit, you know? That no one was really, like, my grandfather used to make me go to Sunday school. He was a Sunday school teacher. He'd make me go to church every Sunday, and I started getting up at an early age and debating the Bible with him and religion, and
how could he take to that?
Yeah, I think he got a kick out of it because he wanted to kind of, you know, teach me the way of, you know, the Bible and all the stories. And there's some really great stories, but it always seemed like a fictional novel to me, you know. And so anyway, that was just one thing. But, you know, just, I think when you start losing your innocence, you know, that's what the song's about.
So, is it ever hard for you to be in that headspace sometimes when you're performing? Like, because you're performing each and every night. You're going into that headspace while you're performing, and then, you know.
No, it's very easy. That's why I love, you know, that's why I don't understand, like, singers that don't write their own lyrics, you know, that have other people write their songs and stuff. I just don't get it, because I couldn't do it over and over again if I wasn't attached to it, you know, personally in some way.
I feel like it's true because, like, in a sense, like, it is somebody else's words and emotions that are coming out of their mouths, you know, it's finding that connection to it.
I mean, I understand some people are just passionate about performing and singing, and they don't have that, you know, gift of songwriting, you know, and that's fine. I mean, I get it, but for me, I couldn't do that.
When did you get bit with that bug? Like, when did you decide that, like, you know, had a knack for being able to be a songwriter?
Yeah, the writing came naturally to me. It's the singing that I had to develop, you know. I wasn't a naturally gifted singer. I'm still not, you know. I have to really practice a lot, you know. So, when I went to my first rehearsal, some kid came up to me at school, a friend of mine, you know. At first I wanted to be a professional surfer, so I grew up in Southern California, so I surfed. I loved music. I had a huge music collection, but I wasn't really, like, a singer or anything, so And he said, hey, we need a singer for our band, why don't you come in? And so I just went in and just started screaming in a microphone. I plugged it into a guitar amp. And then I'm like, I just started like running the show. I'm like, let's write an original song right now, you know? And they're like, okay. I'm like, do you have any, play a riff? And guitar player just plays something. And then I just got down on the floor and started writing lyrics, and that's when like everything changed for me. Wow. It was like, wow, this is how I can express what's going on inside of me, and this is awesome. And then surfing went on the back burner, and music was it. That's
insane. That's crazy. But like, it's funny you say that, you know, you feel like you're still working on your voice, but it's like you have one of the absolute most recognizable voices in rock music, and like, you know, most of the time you could go, that's Buckcherry, like, you know, right away.
Yeah, that's good. It's a good thing, you know. But it's because, you know, it wasn't. I tried to get like vocal lessons when I was a kid, and I went to this female coach, and she gave me Every Breath You Take to learn. She goes, go learn the song at home, and I'm like, okay. And then I came back with Back in Black, and I said, I want to sing like this. And she's like, oh, we don't teach that here. And I'm like, okay. And I never went back. And so I just self-taught myself.
Well, that's a good thing then.
Well, I wish I would have, you know, I was pretty stubborn, and you know, I wish I would have gone back, because it would have been better for me if I would have done that like at the beginning.
Oh, okay.
Then I didn't start taking vocal lessons till after my second record, so.
Okay. Well, I mean, you guys have shared the stage with so many bands over the years, you know, between festivals and touring. Do you ever take any influence away from some of the other bands that you tour with?
Of course, yeah. I mean, you take bits and pieces of everybody, and you kind of put your own experience in with all the other stuff that you like from every other thing that you take in, and you make your own stuff, you know. But yeah, you know, I mean, I can give you examples. When I was first like coming up, I was really more into like stand-up comedians, dirty comedians.
Okay.
So I was really into George Carlin and Sam Kinison, and they were big influences on me, and I liked them because they were fearless and they were honest and funny, but they had this, they were crass, you know, and I liked that. And so that was like that, and then like the frontman that I loved, I like the first guy I really liked was Ian MacKaye from Minor Threat, and then my sister was really into music, but she was into like Prince and Billy Idol and Sheila E. and Yaz. And so I would sneak into her rooms and listen to her records, and I really liked all that stuff. I really liked
out to some situations.
I remember I walked in her room and I saw Prince's Dirty Mind cover, and I'm like, what's up with this dude, you know? And started getting into all that shit, but I didn't tell my friends, because at that time I was like into punk rock and
couldn't be there.
But you know, Upstairs at Eric's, Yaz record was a big record for me.
Absolutely. I think that's like one of those very underrated artists. Like,
oh yeah, it's great record, great singer, great songs.
No doubt. I feel like too, like you mentioned, you know, like a lot of the stand-up comedians and things being tongue-in-cheek, and I feel like you do put that into some of Buckcherry's music, and people sometimes don't always get that it's supposed to be tongue-in-cheek. Yeah, they take it a little too seriously.
Right. Yeah, but I mean, you got to try stuff in order to see what works. You know, sometimes it bombs.
Yeah.
You know.
Is there anything?
It doesn't work.
I mean, is there anything you're still surprised to learn about yourself? You know, as you continue the journey.
You know, I'm very ambitious, and I really love this band. You know, I love what it means, and I love, you know, it means a lot to me. It means a lot to Keith. It means a lot to these guys, Stevie and Xavier and Kelly, our new addition, almost a year now. But yeah, you know, I'm just passionate about what I do, and it's always exciting for me to write songs. It's something that is always consistent for me when everything else just burns out, you know. So I use up.
Awesome. So what does the rest of the year hold in store for Buckcherry?
You know, the same thing. We're just we just launched our own record label, F-Bomb Records, which is big. Yeah, and the Fuck EP is the foundation, and you know, it's going really well.
What are your plans for the label?
You know, we're gonna build the foundation of the label with Buckcherry Records. Like, this was like the first formula. You know, right here is the Fuck EP. Then we're gonna do an LP next year. We've already started writing on it, and then we'll start probably. We'll sign one band, maybe.
Okay.
Sign another.
That's exciting.
Find somebody.
That's definitely exciting.
But we'll go slow, not, you know, get crazy.
Absolutely. Well, I want to thank you so much for taking a few minutes to speak with me. I appreciate it. Great.
Sure. It's been fun.
Yeah.